DBSCG things.
What's up, Yuhp gang? It's your boy Taxon, and welcome back to Yuhp DBSCG Things. And today we're going over another very exciting battle, guys. It's going to be round 3 and the final of our local this week. This is going to be Supreme Kai time versus the Great Priest. But before we get into it, guys, I do want to say that we are closing in on 2,000 subscribers. So please, if you guys are not subscribed, hit that button down below you. Hit that red subscribe button. Help us get to that 2K so that I do get to this giveaway that I do have planned. For that being said, guys, I do want to say if you guys want any custom mats and or sleeves, absolutely check out Promats, guys. This is the best place to go get your custom card needs. And if you guys do decide to get a mat for them, make sure you guys use a promo code Yuhp to save on your entire order. With that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this battle or my content in general, remember to hit all those buttons for me, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video. And with that being said, let's spin it around and dive in. Alrighty, you guys, and here we are with round 3 and the finals of our local this week. We have the Great Priest on the right side versus Supreme Kai time on the left. Kai starting it off for us by charging and then activating the discard effect of the Goku promo in order to find himself the Revive Ravager off the top 5. Going into turn 1 for Great Priest, we're going to start by charging and multicolor energy, using the leader effect by resting and drawing a card, and then we're going to pass turn over to Kai. Kai starting off by charging an energy, paying 1 for his unison, swinging with the leader, bursting 3, then drawing a card. Of course, after that damage goes through, we're going to see the activation of Overwhelm to play the Revive Ravager. Auto on him goes off, burst 3. Auto on the unison goes off, burst 1. And then, of course, we're going to see the plus on the unison as well to put 2 from the warp back into the drop area. Of course, here we'll probably see an Overwhelm 6. So there goes an Overwhelm 6, going for Man on the Mission Goku, swinging for 20k double strike, of course awakening during this process. We'll see exactly what he can do to get out of this. It looks like he does use a super combo off the rip. 2 super combos in order to stay a high life from those crit attacks there. We're going to see the leader effect directly afterwards in order to keep those overwhelms on the field. Very solid way to start off the game. Going into turn 2 for Great Priest here, we're going to see the charge of a green-yellow. He has 4 colors in the energy now, so we are active with the Awaken effect. We have Great Priest activating the effect, of course, to rest and draw a card. We're going to see 2 energy and 1 Z in order to play out a Gohan, Z stacking something out from underneath the, I don't even know. Something from the Z deck came out underneath it. I assume it's probably the Piccolo from the starter deck as well. We're going to see the leader awaken, untapping 2, flipping himself over and taking himself down to 6. Swinging with the Beerus into the body. So this is at swinging into Revive Ravager, I'd imagine. Or no, that was just his auto. Auto locks him in rest or something? I don't know. This is the Arrival promo Beerus. I'm not 100% sure exactly what his skills do outside of the fact that he is Arrival and Offering. So we're going to see the activation from the leader in order to rest and then combo with that red-yellow card that he had played beforehand. Well, played afterwards. With 1 energy off its own effect when it's comboed. I'm sorry, guys. I am not super familiar with Great Priest, so I'm trying my best to understand what these cards do. As of right now, it looks like he's just trying his best to pick away at Kai's board. Kai is down to 4 life here. Looks like we did crit from the offering so that Grand Priest did not draw 2. We swing at the leader. That damage does go through. Kai taking it, going down to 3 life here. Going into turn 3 here for Kai. Does have quite the drop area built up, so he can start with a big overwhelm before doing anything. We'll see what he decides to do here. Checking the warp. Seeing what he's got established, of course, because so many cards in this deck can be played from the warp area. So we'll see what he decides to do with this turn 3. Of course, he's got his Revive Ravager locked in rest mode from the Beerus auto, of course. So that is one attack that Great Priest does not have to deal with, which is pretty solid. So we're going to see exactly how much pressure Great Priest can hold back from Kai putting out onto him. So we're going to start off with Overwhelm 5. Of course, this is the 20k crit Goku. This guy draws a card on play, triggers the leader, of course, to draw a card and then move 3, while at the same time triggering the unison as well to burst 1. And then, of course, right after that, plussing 2 on that unison in order to move 2 cards from the warp to the drop area. Swinging with the 20k crit, this does get negated from the Whis. That does play a blocker, of course.
Great Priest doing whatever he can in order to be defensive as he can. It looks like Kai is swinging with the leader here, and it looks like Great Priest is in a predicament where he's got to figure out what he's... nope, it looks like he was swinging into the battle card. It looks like he chose not to keep that battle card alive, let him die. Playing out the overwhelm dual attack. Of course, this guy does get his autos in order to combo from the warp. That does go to the Z energy. Swinging for the second time, that does get blocked. We're going to see the combo. We're going to see the effect from the Gohan in order to go into the Piccolo. I have no idea what skills just made that happen, but it was something. I'm sure we'll know eventually. Leave it in the comments below if you guys know what that card does. Anyways, we're going to see 1 energy and 2 Z energy investment for the Supreme Kai promo from the dash packs. This is Pan. She has an auto when you use the Kai leader effect. Of course, you just rejuvenate that life right back from the top of your deck, which is pretty solid. She also has decent removal if you have Bond 3 going on, as well as being a 15k attacker. So definitely a tool of all traits, that card. Looks like we've seen the discard from a Goku there and whiffed on a Xeno, Vegeta, or Goku. So that is a little feels bad right there. He does have a blocker in field, so we do have to find a way in order to deal with that blocker before adding any more pressure into... No, it looks like we're just going to pass turn over to Great Priest. We have 2 energy up going into this turn 3 for them. So we'll see exactly how Kai can defend from this turn. Of course, this deck does provide a lot of offering skills, and so far it looks like Kai is pretty keen on making sure all those offering skills provide only crit damages and no extra draw power to the Great Priest player. So it looks like using Overwhelm 3 in order to play out the Supreme Kai. This Kai looks at like the top 3 and grabs any card that you want in bottom decks, the rest of them. So it looks like there he did grab himself another Whis Negate, which is actually really good in this matchup, as long as your opponent doesn't have the Max Saiyan in hand. Anyway, starting off by swinging with the 15k Overwhelm, of course, using the leader effect on that as on that attack in order to combo with the red yellow God, and then arrivaling the Beerus off of that. Of course, offering triggers on him, and then of course once that guy plays out, once that guy is done with that battle, the other guy plays out and triggers offering as well, I believe. Choosing to crit both of those offerings. Or maybe it was just one that he chose to crit. Oh wait, I apologize. That's not the offering Beerus. That's the one that comes out and minuses 2 cards by 10,000 power. So that was not 2 instances of offering, that was just 1. I do apologize about the glare, it's messing me up as well. Swinging in with that Beerus, I believe, is a 15k. Either that or a 19. He's not above 20. That's what I know. Looks like that does get a super combo from Kai in order to keep a little bit of that hand size up. It looks like I can't tell what that is. I think it's the black-red Great Priest card. I'm not exactly sure what the skills are, but it looks like he free played it in some sort of way. I don't know exactly what skills allow you to do that, but he got it out. I'm not exactly sure what it does. Leave it in the comments below if you guys know what that black-red promo does. Anyways, going into, I believe, turn 4 here for Kai. Kai is only at 2 life to Great Priest's 5. So we'll see what Great Priest can do in order to survive this attack here. Looks like Kai is starting off by stuffing the Unison and then minusing 3. This allows him to grab 2 cards from the Warp. And then afterwards we're going to see the Overwhelm. That of course procs the leader, procs the Unison. That was the burst, that was the Unison. So swinging in with the Goku 30k, that does get spectated. Of course that just restands Great Priest. Four energy to play with on this turn here. Looks like we're starting with the uptick on the Unison. Oh, can't use the uptick because we did downtick, so the uptick's out of the question. Paying 1 for the Max Saiyan, warping out the blockers. Swinging in for 20k crit. This does get hit with the Whis negate as well. I'd imagine after that follows in thwarting. Kai looks like struggling to find out how to close out this game here. Great Priest does have a lot of combo power and a decent amount of free negates, so solid to see the deck doing so well against such an aggro deck. It looks like we're going to see the Overwhelm 3 and then pop the card to the drop in order to draw 2 and then warp 1. Looks like the card he warped was the God Trunk, so that is a dual attacker on the warp if he needs it. Swinging in, of course, here with the 15k leader. Looks like he's debating on a combo. Looks like he does combo up to 20, try to force the leader effect out of his hand. We'll see what he decides to do here. No, looks like that was directed at the battle card. We're going for the Z deck, 2Z, 1 energy invested for the Majin Buu. He activates the effect in order to swoop the blocker from the field, and then of course we see the activation of leader Kai effect in order to crit a life, keep the overarms in field, and then the auto from the pan followed up and put that life right back. Turn 4 here for Great Priest. His board is clear, so he does have to deal with quite a bit of stuff. It looks like he pays 4 here for, I believe this is the black 8-drop Great Priest card. Swinging in with the Great Priest, of course, and then being negated by Supreme Kai. So it does go off, of course, the auto there does pop off and warp that 8-drop from the field. Of course, that 8-drop will come back at the end of the turn, next turn. And then so he passes turn there, gets the card that he warped with Kai back, and then of course the 2 cards that were warped with Max staying the turn before come back as well. So very solid board wipe card for Great Priest. That new Great Priest card, that's pretty solid, honestly. Seeing that in action does a lot of work there. So we're at turn 5 here for Supreme Kai. We're going to see what he decides to do here. Of course, he has 4 life to beat down. We're going to see exactly what that turns into. Of course, he just drew into his Secret Rare and is going to warp it off of that. And then, of course, the leader effect right after that to draw a card. And then move 3. So starting off with Cumber, definitely probably one of the better bets, because then you get to warp the blocker first and then get rid of a life, putting him to 3. Forcing, not getting rid of the blocker. I'm surprised he didn't choose a blocker. Chose to get rid of the Beerus instead, which is 100% fine. Stealing a super combo out of the life and then playing it into his own battle area. Nope, he's warping it and then choosing to play a different card from the warp. I do apologize. Choosing the Beerus. Beerus does play skill negated, so he is just a 19 or a 20k attacker, whatever his power is. We're going to see 1 energy. Nope. Trying to figure out exactly how to sequence the turn, starting off by paying 1 for the Max Sand, warping out the blocker and of course the other battle card, and then comboing his Kai from the field in order to go to 25, effectively forcing his opponent into using the leader effect to rest, and then combo with a 1 plus 10k, or 2 plus 10k depending on which card it is, and then of course using a 5k as well in order to get out of that attack. Of course, getting an energy restand when using Vados in a combo pretty solid, because now he has access to things like Spectate, so maybe he'll be able to survive a few more attacks. We'll see what he can do here. Cumber being such a crippling card. We'll see what he decides to do here. Looks like comboing out of that one. Swinging in with the 20k now. His hand's getting quite low. Looks like he's got about 4 cards in. Takes the life, and he checked the other one. That's game. Kai takes this W, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you guys did, remember to hit all those buttons for me. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.